Everyone, welcome to my first video. It's Radin Behboudi, and here we're gonna learn about chemistry in Iranian method, and we're going to learn that how the government or the related organs introduce chemistry to the students of Iran for the first time. As you know or may not, at grade 10 we have chemistry at the first time, and we have an official book called chemistry. Before that, in grade 7, 8 or 9, we have a book called science, which is divided to actually different branches such as physics, chemistry, and biology. But now, or here at grade 10, is the first time which we have a separated book called chemistry, and an official book actually. But our chemistry book, or Iranian chemistry books, are actually the chemistry of life. It means that the government or the related organs actually write this book in order to answer some questions, some basic questions, or some questions which we can see them in our life. They're going to answer the big questions in our life, in our nature. And as you know, some of the best questions, some of the most important questions, and some of the biggest questions are the questions about the beginning and the creation. Just like it, our book starts with some basic questions such as how God created the universe, create the world, and create the basic particles, and just how does the world start and how does it develop, and questions like this. As you know, and as we can read in our book, science is not complete. There are some questions which science is not able to answer them, even in the highest grades, even in the best situation. For example, science can tell us the science of laughter. For example, and muscles and just some hormones, but it cannot really describe the sweet feeling of a smile. It cannot just describe the feeling between the mother and the son. And just like this, we have some questions which go back to the field of actually religious feelings. And just because of that, because of the field of actually religious things and religious creeds, or religious beliefs actually, scientists try not to do research or not to just learn or do experiments about the first second or the time of the creation. They're trying to learn about the things related to the development and improvement of creation, and actually they're searching about the events which happened between the creation of time and now, the 22nd century actually. So because of some religious creeds or beliefs, they try not to do research on the first second or the beginning of the time. And so our book is also focused on the development and the improvement of the time, not very about the beginning and what happened before that. For example, these are classified as religious ideas, especially in Iran. But anyway, Actually, it will be some questions which are in the science field, lots of questions, and so we can answer them, but their answers are not always very easy. So we will have some questions. After deleting them, we will have some new questions, such as how the universe developed, and how, for example, how the planets are became like now, and just about the creation of the first particles, and etc. Scientists and especially chemists do a lot to learn about that, and especially chemists try to study about the properties of matter. Do you know what's matter? We are all made of matter. For example, my table, my chair, my books, me, you, and all of us are made of matter. So chemists are trying to learn or study about the properties of matter, how the matter acts. For example, two pieces of matter will have some actions, and so they're trying to study about the matters, reacts, actions, properties, and actually matter reactions in the case of something which is not matter. For example, in the case of energy, we have two different branches in matter reacts: matter versus matter, and matter versus something else. For example, energy, photon, or something like that, light. And so we have to learn about the properties of matter. For example, iron is hard, you cannot break it easily. And actually, the reaction of matter in the case of matter, matter versus matter. So, and then matter versus energy or photon. We will soon need the Einstein formula, E equals mc square. Sorry because of some noise in the background. I'm not sure that you can hear them, but anyway, excuse me. First because of that noises, and then because of my English, which is not very fluent. I'm just medium. I'm trying to just read, understand, and translate these chemistry subtitles and chemistry titles at the same time, and I do not have any prepared text in English, so excuse me. And I was talking about these questions. So we want to answer these questions by studying matter, properties of matter, the matter properties actually, and the reaction of matter versus matter or energy. Actually, the relation or the connection between matter and energy, because we will need these techniques, these methods, and these fields to answer those questions about creation, the development or the improvement of creation actually. Scientists do a lot to reach the answer, to find the key to the answer. And just as an example, I can talk about Voyager 1 and 2, which were two space devices or spaceships, which they sent them on 1977 to the solar system actually. Their destination was Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and they were trying to actually analyze the atmosphere of these planets and just give us a list of the elements which are founded in these planets. But why? Why do scientists actually use cosmology or study the universe for understanding the creation? What is the connection between elements in other planets or in other parts of the world to the creation? Why? Why do we study elements in cosmology to find an answer of creation? And it's the important and interesting part, actually, in my idea. As written in our book, we can compare different planets. For example, Earth and Jupiter. As we can see, we have iron as an element more than other elements in the Earth. But in Jupiter, we have hydrogen more than the others. For example, we have iron, oxygen, and aluminium in Earth. But we have hydrogen, helium, carbon, nitrogen, and some elements like that. As you can see, we have gas elements more in Jupiter than the Earth. And with these numbers, with these texts, with these comparisons, we can easily understand that elements are different in type and number in different parts of the universe, the world, and in the smaller size in the solar system. Elements are not the same in the size and type in different parts. We have different elements in different amounts, in different numbers, actually in different planets or different parts, and of course different systems. For example, we have iron more than other elements, as I say, in the Earth, but hydrogen is the most founded element in Jupiter. And for example, helium is not much in the Earth, but we have a lot of helium in the Jupiter. So the basic rule is that the elements are not the same in the type and amount or number in actually different parts of the universe. But what is the connection between these differences of the elements in type and number to the wonder of creation, or the beginning of the time? The key is that it talks about actually the method of creation. We will need scientific actually answer for that. We will need just a new kind of creation theory to answer that why the elements are different in the size and type in different kinds, in different parts of the world. So we have to make a new theory to answer to this difference. Why they're different? Why they're not all like together? Why iron is not the most founded element in the Jupiter, just like Earth? Our theory must answer us and must give us the key to this difference, must tell us about this difference. So now we will search for a theory to answer these questions. Just if you like it, you can subscribe, and if you're searching and if you're seeking, or if you're thinking about this theory, I really suggest you do not hesitate to follow my next videos, and just take care.